What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Random. And although this channel usually focuses on more lighthearted car-related material, today we're actually going to get a little bit serious and we're going to talk about some of the major flaws that came with the Ford Crown Victoria. Now, I myself am a Crown Victoria enthusiast, but even I have to admit that there were some years during production of the Ford Crown Victorias that peaked more than others in car-related deaths and injuries. And today we're going to put our serious hat on and we're going to discuss some of these life-threatening malfunctions and problems that come with the Ford Crown Victoria. And if one of you guys owns a year that I mention, I highly suggest you get a newer car or you drive more carefully on the road. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, and we're going to start this video with a very controversial topic of exploding gas tanks. Now personally, working in law enforcement, I remember hearing about several deaths, and most of them were related to highway patrols and troopers because they sit on the highway. They usually tend to sit on the shoulder of the highway. Cars are traveling at a high rate of speed, or when you pull somebody over on the side of the highway and you have all the rubberneckers, all it takes is for one car at a very high rate of speed to crash into the back of your Crown Victoria to set off several chain events. One of them is an impact needs to be hard enough in order to trigger a spark, and the second one is to actually ignite the fuel tank and cause it to explode. Now, most of you guys watching this video don't really have to worry about this, A, because you either don't own a Crown Victoria, or B, because you probably own a later model. Like I always preach in almost every single one of my videos, guys, you need to stay away from the 2003 and under Crown Victorias. And I have said this multiple times. And that is because the older Crown Vics were the ones that usually had these problems of the exploding gas tanks. Now with the media and other news outlets labeled this or coined this term, which was exploding fuel tanks for the Ford Crown Victoria, when in reality it was actually a series of very complicated events that had to take place in order for the gas tank to explode. Now, to give you guys a more detailed description of this event, I'm actually going to go ahead and read it off of the actual news article of the actual company itself that was recalled because of this issue. Now, in the year 2000, a certain aftermarket fuel filters sold under the Purelator brand name, and due to incorrect design, the quick connectors may not fully seat with the tube interface. Now, even though the person making the connection may believe that the quick connector is fully attached. Now, what are the consequences of this? Well, failure of this connection could lead to fuel spillage, and in the presence of ignition source, a fire could occur. So to put that into layman's term, pretty much you have improperly designed fuel filter and it's slowly leaking fuel. Now you have a trooper or an officer that's sitting on the side of the road or running radar, or even a civilian who broke down on the side of the road slowly spilling fuel, and all it takes is for a car or an impact hard enough to cause a spark and an ignition source, and there you go, you have your exploding gas tanks. So like I said, so the culprit behind this was a tiny little fuel filter that was being manufactured incorrectly. Now, so most of you guys can sleep better at night, this was fixed and this was recalled and fixed for free. But if you do have a 1998 to 2001 Crown Victoria, you might want to be on the lookout for any recall letters that you might have missed out in your mailbox. And this is why I preach in almost every single one of my videos, guys, to stay away from 2003 and under Crown Victorias in almost every single one of my videos. And just to back that claim up even more, there's actually a website that takes every single car and every single car model, complaints from the users and drivers and owners, and it puts it into a database. Well, when you look up the Ford Crown Victoria, the 2003 Ford Crown Victoria had the overall most complaints and problem for the entire manufacturing years of the Ford Crown Victoria. And to take it even further, I'm going to show you guys a chart of that. And although the 2003 is usually the culprit for a lot of small failures or electrical or transmission, the 2000 Ford Crown Victoria was the culprit for the most death-related and injury-related problems. And up next, we have the 2000 Ford Crown Victoria catastrophic steering failure. Now, from 1995 to 2002, Ford Crown Victorias are being equipped with doorman steering shafts. Now, these steering shafts may separate during operation if the integral fastener is loose or missing, and if the interfacing vehicle shaft is compressed in length. And what are the consequences of your vehicle steering shaft malfunctioning? Well, if the shaft separates during vehicle operation, a loss of steering control would result. This would probably cause you to crash your car in the middle of the highway. And for the last and final fatal catastrophic problems that the Crown Victoria had, we're going to talk about spark plug ejections from the cylinder head. Now, all the way from 1997 to 2004, ODI started receiving complaints and petitions from mechanics from dealerships advising them were simply being ejected from the cylinder head. And believe it or not, ODI ignored these claims. Well, as a result, what started happening was that during highway driving at high rates of speeds, certain spark plugs were being ejected from the cylinder head, causing the car to completely stall out. This resulted in a bunch of highway related and spark plug ejected related deaths in the Ford Crown Victoria from 1997 to 2004. Although the Ford Crown Victoria is a completely badass car and it's really known for its durability and outlasting pretty much anything that's on the road, like every other car, it did come with its flaws, specifically from 1997 to 2003. As long as you stay away from those years, you guys should be good to go. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe. If you guys want to see me do another part of this, let me know in the comment section down below. Have you guys experienced any of these problems? I want to know in the comment section down below as well, guys. Until next time, it's your boy, Mr. Random. Stay safe, stay alive, take it easy.